What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Coffee Pod. My name is Chisha Zed.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Listen, man, Tyler Perry done had too much coffee and upset all the women on Instagram. Who gave Tyler Perry some coffee, man? What's going on here? So the caption shared by the Spiritual Word reads, for all the women out there, Tyler Perry has a message for you. How do you feel about this? Just the way that caption is written, you knew they knew that this was an attention-grabbing post. Let's get it.
Listen, a lot of women, especially black women, and I might get in trouble for saying this, but
and you will. You will pay for that, Tyler Perry. But he's like, but I'm rich, so I don't give a Keep listening.
In our society right now, black women are making a lot more money for the most part than black men, right? There are a lot of black men who are successful, but for the most part, black women are making the money. So if you can find love, if that man works, at whatever job and is a good man and is good to you and honors the house and honors his wife and does what he can because his gift may not be your gift.
Exactly.
That is okay. That's not somebody who's beneath you.
Yeah.
That's somebody who came to love you at your worth, right?
Yes.
And as long as he's secure in himself to know that, yep, she makes most of the money, all I can pay is the light bill. As long as she's comfortable enough to say, I'm going to cover the mortgage and all the other stuff, you've handled the light bill, baby, you can take me to dinner every now and then. That is fine.
Yeah.
Yo, these women are out here rolling their eyes. Tyler Perry must be writing a movie script because we know that's not how they feel. That is not how they feel. They're not going for that, Tyler Perry. Just have a good heart. Just pay the light bill. This man's tripping, bro. And I don't mean it would be great, but we got to remember who we're dealing with here.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But that's so hard for a lot of people to take in because that means, no, I need somebody to, they need to make 5 times more, and I got to have. Well, go on, keep your list, baby.
Yeah.
God bless you. Hope it happens. Go on, keep your list. But when you talk about just someone to love you and support you, I know people whose men can't touch what they make. But when you see them together, that love, that support, that I got you, babe. It's a beautiful thing.
And they do exist. They do exist. I believe that those people he's talking about do exist. I just don't think this is a message for the masses. How do I know? Well, because they came after him in the comment section. But first, let's address something like this first comment that says median income U.S. black males, 56,000. Median income U.S. black females, 42,000. Math ain't mathing. Now, somebody else responded back and says, state your source. I believe that comes from blackdemographics.com. On top of all that, I've done videos in the past where I've debunked the whole myth of black men being broke and struggling. Don't believe it. All right, don't believe black men are not on an individual basis out earning black women. Don't believe black men are out here hitting black women in the face with bricks. There are all these terrible narratives getting pushed out here to make black men look bad. And quite frankly, we're not having it anymore. We have platforms to debunk the myths. Tyler Perry, get your facts right. Another comment here from another man says, black women out-earn black men as a whole is 100% false. Okay, so we have some other information here that says even as a whole. He goes on to say, per the Department of Labor. So please do some research and correct these people who's spreading false information and narratives. Let me say this about Tyler Perry. Let's be honest. If we look back at Tyler Perry's catalog of movies, I'm going to pull them up here. I'm glad I did this because I wasn't going to, but it just came to mind right now. Have these movies helped encourage women to be strong and independent, or have they helped to promote family and humility and cooperation to combat the modern woman's mindset? Here's another comment in response to that comment that says, bingo. That's another tactic they use to place us against one another. Black women do not make more than black men. Another person here says, I actually agree with him. Good people are hard to come by. If he/she is a good man/woman and they are working towards growing, evolving, maturing financially, mentally, etc., that's good. No. Guys, I hope you didn't fall for it, because if she ended it at, if he's a good person, then that would have been an acceptable response. And I mean acceptable in the sense of how Tyler Perry meant it. I don't think they're going for this. I think a lot of chicks today are just destined to be alone. They're not wanting to settle, which we know it's not settling. It's being realistic and taking a sip of espresso. This woman is basically saying, as long as they're willing to evolve, no evolving, no chance of them becoming a billionaire. Just accept them for who they are. Now, are they going to work hard in that process? Yes, but you're not going to get that six-figure man. Some of you have to be okay with that. Will they be? I don't think so. She goes on to say they will get where God wants them in his timing, not yours. Or they may never get there, right? Or they just may never get there. I'm not saying accept the bare minimum, this woman says, but remember, nobody's perfect. Just like you would want someone, show you grace, give them some grace too. A for effort. She's gonna die alone. Hey guys, have you heard the good news? Well, you can now follow me on Instagram. Why should you care? Well, because there are people out here trying to censor coffee. In fact, they want to ban it. And so for those of you that can, giving me a follow on Instagram will guarantee that you have another point of contact. Plus, you'll be able to check out some cool content that I share with my followers exclusively on IG, like this video.
I expect a man to pay for the date. Yes, the whole entire date. That includes my Uber to the date and my Uber back to my house. If you are a man that I'm interested in, I want to see that you can provide for me. Okay.
Another comment here says, I'm not surprised Tyler Perry's always promoting struggle love. This woman with the red hair says, who is probably by herself, struggling. She says he promotes struggle love to black women in his movies, Diary of a Mad Black Woman and Daddy's Girls. He always pushes this agenda that a black woman want to find a happy relationship unless she chooses a man who's in poverty. Which is not true. Broke men cheat a lot and abuse women also. Poor man is not the happy ending for black women. Who says that he is? Who says that it has to be broke or poor? Why can't you just find someone who's average, like you most likely are? And listen, guys, that's not a shot. Most people are most likely average in general. She goes on to say his money, I'm assuming that's supposed to say, is not a factor to good treatment. His character is. Choose men who's financially stable first, then build talks, relationships. Oh yeah, she can't write. A lot of those struggle love relationships are temporary anyway, until that man has enough money to get the woman he truly wants. Another comment from another woman says, how can you be good to someone if all you can afford is a light bill? Damn. This is hypergamy, guys. These women are keeping it real. But the problem is they've encouraged these women to become career-driven women who shoot to make more money, but they didn't tell them the truth about hypergamy and that there's not enough money for everybody to be top percent man. And so now the men who you make the same amount of money as, which are most men, are not economically attractive to you. This woman just literally said, what good is he if all he can afford is a light bill? While I do kind of think the light bill scenario was a bit extreme, I think it's also worth mentioning that a lot of these chicks wouldn't be able to build with the men who they ideally would want. As in, these chicks probably wouldn't want Tyler Perry when he was sleeping in his car, which he was. But right now, he's the ideal candidate. She goes on to say, adults have bills, and if those bills don't get paid, then the whole family is homeless. Or you can be the breadwinner since you are strong and independent. And if we ask you if you're equal to a man, you will say yes. So why don't you work? Can't make this shit up. Goes on to say this can only make sense if the woman is financially able to carry the bills on her own. A lot of these chicks actually can make it work. They just don't see a reason to because they're praying for that high earning man, the man who's economically attractive in their eyes. Another woman here says, why are women making more than men if women can get it? Why can't they? Well, those were false statistics. Now, some of you guys may say, well, Chisha, if men are making more than women, then aren't there men who women can find economically attractive? Well, there's actual studies behind this that give an actual percentage at which women want a man to ideally out-earn them. And it's somewhere between 36 to 58%. Based on a Cornell study, you can look it up. I believe it was here it is. It says, a recent study from Cornell University concluded that fewer people are getting married because there are less economically attractive men available. Now, notice how they said fewer people are getting married because when they could have said women, right? The women aren't getting married, but to paint a woman in a negative light and say, they are more concerned about the money is something that this gynocracy will not do. Cornell won't do it because it'll be like, oh, this is talking bad about women, no matter how true it may be. But it goes on to say the study claims that women desire average earning potential that is 58% higher than currently unmarried men. Another comment here says the key words are secure and comfort. I'll have to agree with him. So we have a woman here who agrees. Another comment here says, please pay attention that he said, if he's good to you, doing everything that he can, because too many of y'all miss the message and that part. There are a lot of good men that won't cheat, won't lie, won't abuse you or your children, but they're overlooked because they make $40K a year. We gotta stop that. She's probably talking about herself too in that. And you also have to stop having children with Pookie and Ray Ray. If your baby daddy's broke or in jail, you just can't set high standards after you've lowered them to their children, right? That's another conversation. Here's another comment that says, can we normalize people working on themselves and prioritizing before trying to hop into relationships? If all you can afford is a $20 to $30 light bill, you probably shouldn't be focused on trying to have a relationship with someone. Y'all gonna keep making excuses for people who have no drive though. Yeah, people are so lost. That was an extreme example, but we all get where he was trying to come from. Here's another comment from another woman that says, sad thing is a lot of people are missing the point. There's men that will have less, but will work tooth and nail to get you everything. Well, that's wordage is important, to get you what they can. But some will chase a man that has everything that will give you nothing. Okay. Somebody else here says, to each their own, but I'd rather be single if it comes down to that. Well, you don't have to worry, lady. You're going to be single. Somebody else here says, your love been single until no one is at your hospital bed with you. Guys, I've seen it with my own eyes. I've worked in those retirement homes. I've seen it with my own eyes. People dying alone because they did not prioritize having children, creating a family. And if you're cool with that, that's just, that's the price to pay. But I don't think most people realize the gravity of the situation when they're deciding not to settle and how things actually turn out. Listen, guys, as always, I'm curious to know, what do you think? Leave your comments down below. I appreciate you for checking out yet another episode of The Coffee Pod. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.